Alright, good afternoon folks, welcome to bringing another video. This time here, you haven't seen this project in a little while. It's our ATV project that we've, been working on slowly but surely getting it done. So, this is her ATV. She's been doing most of the work for it and everything else like that.
I'm gonna have to rain down a godly fucking firestorm on you.
And we finally got it to the point where it actually starts. Now, what we did before, we actually had we bought a CDI system. Show the CDI system that we bought.
I think you have.
Actually, it's in there, most of the stuff. But we bought, new cabling for it. And we actually bought a CDI for it and everything else like that to get it started. And just to make sure that the engine was working, we changed it from the AC system that's on it right now to a 12-volt DC system, just to make sure that the engine wasn't broken, but make sure it would actually run and everything else like that. So we used that. It took us a while even to find out the wiring to get it done, but we finally got it done. It started just a little bit, but it wasn't starting right. So basically, we went down. I'm just gonna steal your seat for a second, and she went to the thing of changing out the cylinder head. We changed it from a 49cc to a 60cc, and I didn't record that because again I didn't have the video camera I had at the time, so it just wasn't being able to record right. And then we had a problem. I busted the head on this, the bolt on this one here. It just sheared off. Cause I tried to torque it down to what it said for the specs, but again, since it's old, things like that, you untorque it, retorque it, untorque it a couple of times, and it snapped off. Boom. That was the first issue. It was like, okay, we got that changed out, and I only bought one for the one broken one, and that's a bad thing because again, you should actually buy enough spares because if one breaks, the rest of them are gonna break. So she's showing you the package right now of us actually because we bought spares. So we have two more inside of there. So pretty much that bolt broke. We took the cylinder head off, replaced that bolt, get everything done. We're like, okay, we're ready to go. We're ready to start. And then the next bolt, once we tighten it back down, the nut would just spin and spin. So basically, the threads on that one got stripped. Great. So we had to take everything back off again and everything else like that to get this situated and done. So we took the head back off. Correction, she took the head back off, unbolted everything again. I had to actually weld onto the top of this head to actually get it off because it would not come and break loose. Hello, but we're trying to do some recording now. Thank you very much. Okay, so I had to weld I didn't let her do it because again, that's kind of delicate to try to get inside here. So that had to weld onto the head to actually get a bite onto it with a wrench to unbolt it off and everything else like that. Then we put a new one on here, and again, that was tough because we only pulled the head up about halfway, get everything situated back on it. Boom, that was done. Get the head on it. Everything's great. We're ready to go, and what happened? No spark. Yes. Again, we had spark all the time before that. Everything was running well, and then no spark with the system that we had. We what happened? We checked all our connections. Everything was going well. We checked everything. We even started some of the connections. Can I get that other piece over there? No, the connects to the CDI. Yeah, that. Yep. Okay. We even went so far as to solder the connections on to make sure, so we can make sure that there was no errant connections, anything else like that. Still no spark. Well, how did that really work out, baby?
First we thought we had a bad CDI. Although originally we thought we had a bad CDI when we first got it, so we had to replace that CDI. After replacing the CDI, after doing some more research on the engine itself, it apparently has an internal CDI. So after figuring that out, we realized, oh, wiring, wrong.
Well, actually, our wiring was right if we didn't have a CDI already in the engine. So basically, one CDI burnt out the other CDI. Great. So basically, we're like, okay, well, we bought 2 more CDIs, just in case. We were gonna put that CDI back on here, get the bike started again like we had it. I mean, it would start a little bit, but I was like, we get put. But that was all we would get. We know the engine was running, so it's like, okay, F this. I did some more research. So I want to guide you guys through something about the electrical on this bike here. Now I'm going to go into detail on a separate video showing how this CDI actually works in the picture of the CDI, but I just want to show you. Okay, there's 4 wires coming out of where the stator is. This does not have a pickup wire. This is a simple system, so it doesn't have a pickup wire. So you most people have a blue wire with the. That's why the new system comes with a section for you to connect the blue wire to. But this one doesn't have that. So you look at this right here, and you're like, okay, well, you have a gray, another gray, a white, and a black. Okay. First off, there's not 2 grays here. You literally have to peel this all the way back to here to find out that this wire is actually brown. So that's what was throwing us off, that we could never find. And even online, you can't find any information about this. So basically, you have a gray wire, a brown wire, a white, and a black. Now, for this bike here, you need the white wire is actually your trigger wire. Basically what happens is it'll come on and then off, and that wire goes to your coil. This is the type of coil where you only have one lead going to it and a ground, and then lead coming out going to the spark plug. Now, the one with the 12-volt system that we were using has, take off the boot, has 2 wires going to it. So when we were running it, we'd literally get more spark, but it was almost a near constant spark. So we had to actually use we had the 2 of the same spark plugs, and we had the gap on that spark plug large, and the engine would run. If you had it set to the gap that it said that you should have it in the book, the engine wouldn't run. So that was the one we had. We had 2. So one we didn't mess with, and one we did. We had extended. Once we changed this out, we still cannot get the engine to run again. So you have white going to the coil, a ground from the coil, even though it's grounded into the block itself, but you still want to ground it again, going to the battery. Okay, now if you look at this plug here, even though there's 4 wires coming out, only 3 of them are used. And of the 3, you only need 2 to actually run the engine. Now, again, we've already covered the white wire. The other one you need is the brown wire. Not the gray one, but the brown wire. The brown wire goes... Now we're going to restart this all later, so that's what we're out here for today for, so that it goes to ground. Just those 2 wires alone, and you get, well, we'll show you what you get. Let's give it a little bit of, actually, here you go. Now hopefully we have enough charge inside it. So we're going to shake that up. She's shaking it. Now, you don't want to do this all the time, Miss Claudette, because starter fluid doesn't have any oil inside of it. Okay, that should be good. It doesn't have any oil inside of it, so this is just for use to test it out to start it. Okay, so got to do your connections, baby, before you to put the starter thing on this. Remember your key.
Yes.
Right now.
I usually do the CDI, so it's confusing.
No problem. Now, before we was doing the CDI first, and then the keys for that, but right now This key here is already chopped up and shot and everything else, and plus we don't have the key for it. So we have a new key that, oh, let me show the key, that we're going to rewire in and everything else like that. Now for right now, we're just using the off terminal, which would be the grounding and the black terminal. So she's going to connect those two to our starter. Let's move around this way here.
And then the other wire is over here.
Yep, because we always put it at the top so it doesn't get just ground to the engine. Okay.
Right.
And then you turn her over. Now she's turning over kind of slow and for that. Usually we have the battery thing to it for that, but that should be enough to get her started. It might need a bit, touch more fuel. Now it usually turns over faster than this because we usually have our connection piece on it for that. All right, kill the starter for that. We probably need to get our jump back. So we'll be right back in just a second. Turn start off. That's it, baby. Now we had a little bit of a problem. The cable right here came off.
Oh.
Sorry, now we're shouting again. Okay, the cable came off that was right here. That's one of the things that we have to solder and everything else to that. But as you can see, the motor is starting and everything else to that. We didn't have, so let's start it again. I'm going to go with the throttle this time so that just keep running. Just turn off. Well, we're also holding the glass at an angle like this, so it's going to throw it off a little bit. So we can hit the start again, and it should start right off. Now it's kind of loud because we still don't have the thing hooked up completely. But as you can see, running, I'm going to give it just a little bit of gas to spin that back tire. More fluid inside of it, but we don't want to put too much in it, but let's add a little bit more fluid to it. I'm going on this side here so you'll know. Now we got to get a cap for this, but we're just showing you that the engine's running, it's doing what it needs to do. And you see the tires move. But if we get too much, that's what happens. So we still got to get a cap for it. Kill it.
Why did it want what I did? Ooh!
That's the smoke coming out the exhaust, baby.
Where? Ooh!
Because the exhaust is not hooked up all the way and everything else to this, so that's why it's super, super loud.
And that's why the box came from my foot.
So
Try to control.
we got to get some bolts and everything else to that. But this is our first, actually it's our second real start and everything else to that. The first one came yesterday. Sorry, the day before yesterday. But we just wanted to let you know so that my girl over there, gotta pick your head up. She's happy now. We worked hard. She worked hard to get it done and everything else to that.
Let's just say victory dance.
So this is going up on the YouTube and everything else like that. It's going to be kind of loud for this, so make sure you turn your speakers down and everything else for that. I'll put a little thing inside of it.
Warning at the start of the video.
The score warning. This may get loud in a certain section when it's playing, but
like your ears.
we got it done.